here is the difference between the unsprouted and the sprouted pinto beans. These right here are the unsprouted pinto beans. And now here, these are the sprouted pinto beans. So in my right hand I've got the sprouted pinto beans, and then here in my left hand I've got the unsprouted pinto beans. And like I said, these are really healthy. In order for it to grow like this, all the nutrition has to come out. They're very good. These are my sprouted pinto beans. These are really healthy. It's also filled with protein. Like, people ask me as a vegan where I get my protein. This has the same amount of protein as meat does. This hand unsprouted, this hand sprouted. Good morning everyone. Today I've decided to show you how to do some sprouting. We're going to be sprouting mung beans. I'm going to sprout some mung beans. These are like, they're really tiny green beans. See how tiny they are? And we're also going to sprout some chickpeas. Some of you will know of chickpeas. So to begin the sprouting process, what happens is you soak the beans overnight, and then you have to wash them every day. What I do is you rinse them in these cloths. You're going to need at least one J cloth or something similar, and you wash it first to get like any manufacturing chemicals out of it, and then you put it over the bowl like that, and then turn it upside down to get your beans sitting in the cloth. So they're soaked overnight, and they're as big as they can get being soaked, and then they're all wrapped up in this wet cloth like that. And then you just sit them in the bowl, in the wet cloth all wrapped up. And then after about 5 days, like these ones, these took about 5 days to sprout. So I'm going to soak these until around this time tomorrow. Can you watch what I'm doing? Pour in my mung beans, my chickpeas, this is what it looks like on its own, unsprouted. Take your filtered water. This is a Brita filter with my filtered water. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to leave this overnight, and then around this time tomorrow we'll come back and see how much they have grown. Those are my beans right there. Okay, day 2, sprouting. This is what it looks like after having almost an entire day to soak. Rinse all that water out and wrap it up in these jade cloths. Okay, so I've got my sprouted goods here. I'm just going to wet the cloth first and squeeze any manufacturing chemicals out of this cloth. Okay, now I'm going to take this cloth and drape it over the bowl like this, and then I kind of just let all the water out. I'm going to put this clean, slightly damp cloth in the bottom, like that. And then I'm going to rinse this, and then wrap it up, and then put it in here. There we go. Now that just goes in like that. And there we have it. And now this can just sit, not necessarily in the sunlight, because remember, like, when it's sprouting in the ground, it doesn't have access to the sunlight. So it doesn't necessarily need to be by the windowsill or by the sunlight. But it also doesn't necessarily need to be in the darkness, so you can just leave this anywhere in the kitchen. Okay, it's been a day again, and I don't even understand how my flatmates are so messy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the tap and then rinse it underneath and then put it back. That's what it looks like after one day, by the way. And you just have to keep doing this every day. Okay, we're here the next morning, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, it's just kind of beginning to germinate. You can see some of them here, just beginning. So now what we need to do is we need to rinse this again to keep it moist. My reason for including the cloth at the bottom is so that it can feed water to the top cloth, and the top cloth, the reason you wrap it in a cloth is so that the cloth will feed the water to the sprouts as it needs. And I think as usual I've done too many because it's spilling out of the cloth. This is really hard because I'm holding it with one hand. Okay, I'm going to adjust the setup. Okay, I've got a strainer here. Here are the beans, the sprouts. And here is one of the cloths. I'm just going to rinse this cloth out and make it damp. Now I'm going to put this inside here, like so. And now I'm going to tip this into here. Okay, so now I have my bowl and this, and now I'm going to run the water through it. The reason why I have to transfer it into here is because there are so many, it kind of fell out of the cloth. But if there were a smaller amount, then leaving it in the cloth and doing the same thing as yesterday would be fine, and that's what I normally do. But you just wash it, just to make sure that the water around it is fresh. And do you remember I put the cloth at the bottom? That cloth will be soaked with water, and then throughout the day, as it needs it, that cloth will transfer the water and will feed the water to the sprouts. Maybe add some more water. And that can just go in there. See? So now what we have is the wet cloth at the top and the wet cloth at the bottom. Both of them are soaked with water, and they from above and below feed the sprouts. And the excess water drops through and collects at the bottom. That can just be thrown away every now and again. We are here the next morning. Yesterday I went to the marketplace and I got all of these lovely fruits and I washed them. I wash each article of fruit individually, and I see I've got my grapes there as well. Because I've got so many, I put a note for my flatmates that they can help themselves to my grapes. I think they're coming along really, really nicely. Alright, it's preparation day, Friday, and the sprouts are finished. We started on Sunday, and so now it's Friday. So it's been sprouting for 6 days, and this is what it looks like. See that goodness there? This is the reward of sprouting. There's so much, I'm not sure where this is going to go because I don't have a container for it. Doesn't that look so good? Not sure if you can see this, but some of them have actually grown inside the actual material of the cloth itself, and I can't actually get this tiny little piece out. Here is the excess water. And these are the sprouts. Don't they look amazing? And so here we have the final product. The sprouts are incredibly healthy. If you want to know how to get more protein as a vegan, then you get this. The same amount of protein as meat has, but because it's sprouted, the protein increases, so it's even more than that. So 22 grams per 100 is what it has when it's cooked. But when it's sprouted, I think it's a lot more. And fibre as well. Full of protein, full of fibre, and full of minerals. There's so many different kinds of minerals and vitamins in here, which you only get from sprouting it. This one at the bottom, this long one at the bottom is the root, and this bit coming out at the top is what would have been the plant. See here it's split. These are delicious, The mung beans are delicious. They are best in some kind of soup. Not that you cook it, you don't cook this, you just eat it as it is. But if you have like a nice bowl of soup or whatever, and then you add in some of this directly from here, no cooking, but just when you sit down to eat, just add it into your food and mix it round with your tomato soup or whatever. This is delicious stuff. I hope you've enjoyed watching my tutorial today, and go and do some sprouting because this is delicious and extremely healthy. So God bless you, and thank you for watching. Because it kind of germinates inside, and the life in this, the life force within it, when you eat that life is transmitted to your body, and it is incredibly healthy.